It's time for day 2. Bonjour, my name is David DeVere. I'm a wine educator and traveler, and you're watching Savvy Nomad TV. This is the Eau de Vie edition, and this is day 2 of the Costco Wine Advent Box. Let's not delay. Let's get right into it. Oh, it's heavy. Day 2 right here. Yesterday we had a Cabernet Sauvignon from Chile. Today we have a Pinot Grigio from Italy. Now, it's a white wine, and it's a little bit, it's not really as chilled as much as I want. So, ice bucket. I would tip it more, but I would tip it over. It's a tray of ice from my automatic ice making machine in my refrigerator, and then water. So it's very liquidy. And while I talk about Pinot Grigio in the next 3 or 4 minutes, that thing is going to be very, very nicely chilled when we get to it. Okay, Pinot Grigio. In French, it's called Pinot Gris, and it's one of the varieties of the grape Pinot, which comes in Pinot Noir, which is Pinot Black, Pinot Gris, Pinot Gray, Pinot Blanc, Pinot White. And so there's a bunch of different Pinots. And generally, Pinot Noir is the most famous. It's mostly from Burgundy, although they grow it all over the world. And it's one of the noble grape varieties that I mentioned yesterday in the Cabernet Sauvignon lesson. Today, Pinot Gris is non-noble. It doesn't really travel that good. It doesn't really express itself that differently from where it's originally from. So where is it originally from? Probably France, maybe Italy. Who knows? But the Italians did do a good job marketing Pinot Gris. It's a medium-bodied, medium-style white wine. It's totally an easy drinker. And for many years, I was dismissive of Pinot Gris because Italian Pinot Gris, it's a little bit bland. It's a little bit boring. But then I went to Alsace. In fact, we own a boat in Alsace. We own a canal boat. We take people on canal boat trips. You can find lots of content here on this channel about canal boating. And there I discovered Pinot Gris. Oof, my gosh, Alsatian Pinot Gris, and I fell in love with it. Unfortunately, it's not exported a lot. You have to go to France to get it, and boy, when I go there, I do drink it a bunch because it's beautifully aromatic. It's slightly sweet, and it's so dang good. Now, the Italian Pinot Grigio, same grape, is it's not really sweet, it's not really aromatic, it's not really that, it's not really this. It's a little bit boring. Well, anyway, there you go. There's the Pinot Gris. Let's see what this example has for us. Now I have filled out the top of my tasting card here. I'm using my Notes de Vin book, but you can download the tasting card. A link in the description if you are here for the first time and you don't know what we're doing. We're tasting these little bottles of wine. I have filled out the top with Advent Box, Italy, 2022. It's been about 4 minutes and the bottle is nicely chilled, just the way we want. Let's open it up and give it a taste. Pinot Grigio, you know, it's like a $15 for a good example. It's very light, it's very floral, it's light-bodied, but it can be, like I was saying, if you get it from Alsace, it can be medium-bodied, it can be extremely aromatic, and it can be slightly sweet. It really depends on where it's being made and who's making it. Now this one, it says Italy on it, and it says IGT, Indicazione Geografica Tipica. So it's an indication of a typical geographic area. It's not the highest form of qualification that they have in Italy for a wine, but it's not table wine, it's just above that. There's also DOC, Denominazione Origine Controllata, and then there's DOCG, which is the highest level, Denominazione Origine Controllata Garantita. So anyway, that's what those mean on the label. 12% alcohol here. That's probably standard. In fact, I'd say maybe a little low. So there might be a hint of sweetness. That might be nice in here. Looking at the color, the wine looks very nice. It looks actually a bit effervescent when I poured it into the glass. That would be interesting. Is it more greenish or straw? Oh, I'm gonna go straw. Okay, this is actually going to be quite intriguing. Let's see what we smell here. It smells like candy. It does smell slightly sweet. The aromatics are picking up. Oh, maybe a little bit of peaches. Okay. Don't think. Just go around the top of the flavor profile. So, citrus. I'm going to say slight. Berries, no. There's not really any red fruit. Orchard fruit, yeah. I'm going to go all the way out here to intense. Now, tropical fruit. Maybe a little bit of banana. Oh yeah, man, that's actually smells really good. And then flowers. I guess I could be convinced that there could be some flowers or honey or something in there. I'll go noticeable. Vegetables and herbs, no. Roasted, no. Earthy, no. And no faults. Okay. As a fan of Pinot Gris, this is sizing up nicely. Good job, Italy. Let's give it a taste. Dry or sweet? There's a hint of sweetness, but not a lot. Acidity. I'm waiting for that mouth-watery feel. The cab yesterday had this great mouth-watery effect after I tasted it. Here, this is less pronounced, so mark that accordingly. Tannin, absolutely zero. Alcohol, I don't smell it. I don't taste it. There's not much burn, so there's very slight. There's a little bit of a warming effect of the wine. That's the alcohol. Preference, I like it. Body. Let's taste it again. Where's the body? It's medium light bodied, so I'm going to go pronounced. Complexity. This is aromas after I've swallowed it. Do I get anything else in there? Makes me go, ooh, what is that? Interesting. There's not a lot of complexity here. I'm going to say slight. And finish. Does it have a nice long finish? It's got a good finish. It's maybe a little bit fruity on the finish. So I'll mark that. Okay, now I'm going to go from my flavor profile to my score. The appearance, it's beautiful. 3. Now, when I poured it into the bottle, I wondered if it was going to be effervescent. It wasn't when I tasted it. That would be a little bit of a tingliness on the tongue. I didn't get any of that. That would have been really, really fun, but it wasn't. Bouquet. That's the aromas. I think it smells really good. I'll give it a 5. Taste, I'll give it a 0 to 6. What do I think? It's not overly interesting. It smells good, but I'm not like, wow, I want to go out and buy 10 bottles of this and serve it when my friends come over. So I'm going to give it a 3. Finish, I'll give it a 2. Overall impression, you know what? I guess my overall impression's pretty good. I'll give it a 2. To say I was surprised, it's true. A little bit better than I thought we would get out of the box from an Italian Pinot Gris after drinking Pinot Grigio, Italian Pinot Grigios. After drinking Pinot Gris all summer from Alsace, this was totally different, but still nice, refreshing, and interesting. And the aromatics were good. I'm going to make my flavor profile, and I'll tell you my final score. Okay, so here is the flavor profile that I have made in my book. That's an interesting shape. Let's compare that to yesterday's flavor profile. Let's see if I can put both of these up side by side. Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Grigio. Interesting. Okay, my final score came to 15 points. That's 1 point better than yesterday's wine. The Cabernet Sauvignon was 14. Today's was 15. So, and that's right on the edge between good and excellent. All right. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. And I'll be back tomorrow for day 3. I'm going to go get Sarah. She's up next. She'll give you her unbiased review of this Pinot Grigio. And until tomorrow, I say à toute l'heure and cheers.
Hi. Ooh, Pinot Grigio. Okay. That's pretty. It almost smells a little grapefruity. Let me taste it. That's pretty tasty. It's sort of like spiked apple juice or something. I don't know. I think I'm gonna like that. Sort of high acid, but not, I don't know what. It was good. I liked it. Cheers.